Chicago.
Welcome back to the show, all about small business, jobs, and entrepreneurship. Check out our website, shalomklein.com. That's where you can download podcasts from Get Down to Business. And we are a live show. You can call into the studio, 312-642-5600, 312-642-5600. I am thrilled to be joined here in studio by the CEO of Teachability, Cindy Montgomery. Thank you so much for joining us here and for your passionate work, Teachability. Tell us a little bit about it.
Teachability works with schools and businesses to set up simple and inexpensive accommodations for students with young adults with autism and other invisible disabilities like depression or anxiety. We are a full-service consulting agency that is currently working with mom-and-pop shops, small businesses, fraternities, even a nonprofit that has a multi-million-dollar budget. We're very excited about that.
Cindy, it's fantastic. There must be a personal story behind this, if you don't mind telling us a little bit about that.
No. I'm so excited. A friend of mine, she's a world-class disability consultant. She's in Canada, and she recently had a client who liked cooking. She approached her local community college and set up accommodations for their sous chef program. She then asked a local restaurant franchise owner to give her client a try as a sous chef as he completed the program. No one at the school or the restaurant had any prior knowledge or experience with autism. They just probably said, what do we have to lose? Why not give it a try? So they were happy to open the door. He's now the best sous chef they've ever hired. He loves his work, and this is my favorite part. He socializes with his colleagues at the end of most nights. They hang out and have a drink. That's really heartwarming for me because a lot of times people with autism don't have a way to have a good time and have fun and improve their social skills other than in kind of clinical settings or with one another. So it's really nice for me to hear that.
Cindy, when did Teachability get started?
We started June 2nd, 2016. I started it because my son, who's 18, is on a spectrum, and he wanted to do something more than what other people thought he could do. So now he is an intern at a radio station, and he's an intern at Senator Durbin's office. And just loves it. He takes the Blue Line. The RTA travel training that he received has given him an independence that I would have never thought possible. I'm still kind of scared when he takes the Blue Line by himself, but he does, and he loves it. So. And
Paulie's here just outside of the studio, and I know he's having fun walking around and meeting everybody over here, and it's fantastic. So Paulie's busy and has an incredible professional life, and you've made it your mission to make sure that there can be more stories like that through your unique consulting services that you've been able to provide. So tell us a little bit about the ideal company that you'd love to be working with.
Well, we would love to have white-collar offices, accounting firms. There are some accounting firms right now that only hire people with autism for scanning purposes because they like, I don't want to generalize too much, but oftentimes they like repetitive work, they like quiet, they have a laser-like focus. So accounting firms, insurance companies, financial firms, manufacturing companies, we really don't have one specific business. It's more about what's the best fit for the person who's looking for the opportunity. And I really want to stress that this is an inverse internship program. It's not a job placement program. It's a place to kind of network and get your foot in the door and feel each other out and see if there's a fit. And, you know, it's more about the discovery process. I think a lot of times with people with autism especially, people really want to find like the perfect solution right away. And I kind of feel like it's like, you know, you don't know who you're going to marry right away. You want to date first. So Teachability is kind of saying, you know, have some bad experiences, learn how to be uncomfortable, and from that you'll learn what you like and what you don't like. So we're just trying to broaden the scope of opportunities.
It's a learning experience for both the candidates as well as for the companies involved. It's a partnership, just like any employment experience. There always is that sort of marriage that needs to take place, and we don't often think about it in that way. I know, Cindy, you and I have talked about this, but I know several employers that have indeed employed young adults and adults with on the spectrum of autism, and they have told me that those employees are looked upon more favorably than anybody else in the company. They make fewer mistakes. They come on time. They're reliable in every sense. Cindy, I'm curious if there are any statistics that you can share that you've seen from the workplace, both regarding, I guess, call it employment numbers, or just perhaps just from your experience and from what you've heard about individuals with autism and their ability to attract employment.
Well, I've been to a lot of conferences over the last 15 years, and the statistics, whatever number you want to pick, it's at least 75%, can be up to 90% of adults with autism have no job. And they need to get off the couch. They're excited to work. They like to follow the rules. They like to have a home and be somewhere long term. So, I keep thinking about this one place in Florida. It's a car wash, and they have zero workman's comp claims, because they follow the rules, and that's unheard of. That industry, I think, is 30% is the workman's comp. So, in a process-driven business, autism is a competitive advantage, but businesses, they don't get it yet. And I wonder if because disability, the word disability, makes people think disabled or unable or not, and it's a bad word, and it's nobody's fault. But I think business owners have to learn that this is an untapped market that is just waiting to explode.
5 years from now, where do you want Teachability to be?
I want Teachability to have a national platform at the very minimum to help connect business owners with interns in a way that they can do it online. Almost like a Match.com, but for businesses looking for somebody to come in and just help them with daily tasks. I know when Paulie had another internship somewhere else, he fixed the coffee machine. Nobody asked him. He just went in there. He noticed he doesn't even really drink coffee. He went in there and just noticed it. So there's so many just tiny little things like that are just, they can contribute so much that it's just a shame that people are afraid of what they don't know. So I think it's very important for small businesses to start to open the door and just let job coaches and the people that come in handle all the work, and they don't have to do a thing. They just have to open the door.
And I would agree that I think there's a unique opportunity with small businesses because it's a little bit easier to make decisions. Things can happen a lot more quickly, which is helpful. But big companies as well, and I know that that's a message that you have that Teachability is getting out there. You mentioned fraternities. You mentioned companies that Teachability can come in, provide consulting services, and help create the culture, help create the environment, the training program, and all of the necessary details that can go into successful not just one hire, but potentially filling and addressing a lot of the needs within the company. Are there any specific examples that you could point to or conversations that are going on right now that you want to highlight of companies that are, you think, leading the way?
Well, to finish my story from earlier, the restaurant owner, after he hired the sous chef, he called my friend and said, I need 7 more. And because he had 7 more franchises. So he's now planning to hire them from the same sous chef program from the community college. We're working with TN Active Care, Autism Home Support, #Valuable with Caroline Casey, SCORE Mentors, Lamar Butler from DePaul University of the Hoopus Group. He talked to compliance and figured it out fairly easily and fairly quickly that this would be a non-issue. So it's not just the mom and pop shops. It's not just a big corporation. It can be just for the medium-sized firms as well.
Well, Cindy Montgomery, I can't believe what you're doing. It's fantastic. It's admirable, and I hope that many other companies can follow the lead, and certainly have that conversation with you. I know you're always happy to have a conversation and educate and share. We are running out of time. How can folks get a hold of you if they want to learn more?
We're at teachability.org. That's TEACHABILITY, because we're teaching everyone to have the ability to work together.
Teachability.org. It's fantastic. Cindy Montgomery, I hope that we'll have you back on to share many success stories, and I hope that our listeners will take the time to get a hold of you. Get Down to Business is powered by our good friends at Tandem HR, your solution center. Check them out online, tandemhr.com, or give them a call, 630-928-0510. We've got more small business jobs and entrepreneurship. Joseph Ginsburg joins us right after this quick break.
So with all this talk of